What's up, everyone? Check out what we got today. This is a 1989 Yamaha Moto4, and I picked this guy up yesterday from a guy on Marketplace. He had it listed for 200 bucks. I messaged him. He said he had a lot of interest in the machine, and we ended up settling on $350. This appears to be a one-owner machine. The guy told me that he and his brother rode this as kids, and it was having some carburetor issues, so they parked it in their building out back, and it's been sitting there ever since. So if I had to guess, it's probably been sitting for about 15 years, give or take. And as you can tell, I mean, this thing is in really good shape. I mean, overlook the dust and the growth that's on here, and also it looks like at some point they spray painted this thing blue. We're definitely going to have to get all this spray paint off of here, because I'm pretty sure underneath, I was only able to find a few pictures online, but this appears to be like a light gray color under here. And then these side panels are actually like a dark gray. So I think once we get this thing cleaned up, it'll look really nice. But besides that, I mean, this thing is all complete. The tires basically look brand new. The wheels are in really good shape. And overall, this thing does not look like it was used very much. I mean, even the seat, this has got to be the original seat from the 80s. Not a single tear. I mean, just overall, I can't really complain. And for 350 bucks, I think we did really well. So we're going to dig into this thing a little bit and see exactly what we can do to get this thing running. So stay tuned. All right, so right off the bat, I just want to look over this thing a little bit. But our brakes, all of our brakes seem to be functional and working. Our choke cable seems to be working. It's not seized up at all. But what I do notice is our throttle is stuck. So that right there just shows me that this thing has been sitting a long time, and that carburetor, the throttle, and the needle are seized up in there. So we're definitely going to have to clean that up really well. But let's go ahead and maybe hook up a jump pack to this thing and see if this thing does actually have power. All right, so we do get a green light. Let's see if it'll turn over at all. All right, so I don't want to turn it over too much. We need to probably get some oil down the spark plug hole, and I definitely want to check the air box, make sure there's no nests or anything in there. Let's see if our headlight works here. It doesn't look like our headlight's working, but at least we do have power. Let's go ahead and pop this back plastic and seat off. That way we can check that air box in the back as well. Look at this, guys. Still got toolkit in there. And it looks like it's all the original tools. It's got the Yamaha logo right there. So that's actually really cool. That might not be, but everything else appears to be original. So now that we got that off, let's pop this air box cover off and see what that air filter's looking like in there. not gonna lie, guys, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, it is falling apart, so it needs to be replaced, but it's definitely not the worst that I've seen. But at least we do have the original cage, it looks like, so we'll be able to just order us up a new filter and throw that back in there. Also, if you look in here, it's not super dirty, so I think what we're going to do is go ahead and check our oil, and then we will maybe hit it with a little bit of brake clean and see if this thing will pop over before we clean this thing up and tear into that carb. Let's take a look at our oil here real fast. All right, as you can tell, there is plenty of oil in there, so I'm pretty confident that we can turn this thing over real fast just to make sure that it does have spark and compression. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of oil down the spark plug hole there before we turn this thing over, since it's been sitting for so long. I also bought a brand new spark plug. This is the OEM spark plug for this machine, so we're going to go ahead and swap that out real fast. Well, it looks like our connection is pretty corroded and it's not really getting much juice to spin the engine over. So I'm gonna clean up these contacts real quick. So we got a brand new battery. I went ahead and put that on. We got those contacts cleaned up well. Wow, guys, that actually really surprised me. For this thing to have sat as long as it did and it's still got spark, that's actually really good. So I guess the next logical thing to do, this thing is really filthy. I want to get this thing cleaned up really well, and then we need to pull that carb off. If you guys can see that, I mean, that thing is disgusting, just like the rest of the machine. So we've got a big job to get this thing cleaned up, and then we're going to dig into that carb. Let's go ahead and spray this thing down. I'm going to use this super clean and then pressure wash all this old grease and dirt off. we got this thing all cleaned up now, guys. Let's go ahead and take the rest of these plastics off and we'll dig into that carb. All right, so here's our carb, and you can't really tell too well. It's pretty dirty, but this is the OEM Mikuni carb, and it looks like this throttle is seized in there. So we're gonna need to heat that up, pull that out, and then we'll go ahead and dig into this carb and see exactly how dirty it is. Well, we finally got it out, so let's go ahead and tear this thing down and see exactly how bad it is inside. As you can tell, it is not the worst that I've seen, but it's definitely dirty. It needs a good clean. So let's go ahead and finish breaking this down, and then we'll throw this in the ultrasonic cleaner. That pilot jet is completely clogged. You can't see any light through it, so that's definitely our idle issue there. So we'll get that cleared out. So unfortunately, I'm unable to get this pin out to check this float needle, but it doesn't seem like it's stuck, and it seems to be, functional. I'll test it after I clean it to make sure that the water doesn't flow through there and that it's not leaking or anything with that O-ring. But I need to get some punches to be able to get these out in the future. But for now, we're just going to clean it up, see how it does, and we'll go from there. So check it out, guys. This is our finished product. Got it all cleaned up. It turned out really nice. We're going to go ahead and throw it back on the machine, and we're going to go ahead and fire it up for the first time. So we got our gas tank cleared out, put new gas in there, went ahead and threw in the air filter, and we're ready to go ahead and fire this thing up for the first time. Well, we got her fired up for the first time. It's got a little bit of smoke out the back. Hopefully that'll clear up. Let's try to see if it'll go through some gears here. Got a bracket in this top end here. I don't know if it's the valves or the rings or what the deal is. We may have to look at adjusting those valves here soon. Well, guys, we managed to get this thing running after 15, 20 years. I don't know exactly how long, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to make this video a two-parter. So now that we got it running, when we come back in our next video, we're probably going to check those valves, see where those are, and then we're gonna finish cleaning up these plastics and take this thing for its first test drive. I appreciate you guys watching, and I just wanted to take the time to thank everyone. This is coming up on our first year of the channel, and we're almost at our 1,000 subscriber mark. So I appreciate everybody so far, and none of this would be possible without you. But if you're new to the channel and you enjoy this content, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and we'll definitely have more videos for you coming soon.